Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are Group 3 from English for Specific Purpose. Uh, we have the title that is Needs Analysis. Okay, go to the next slide. Okay, here is the member. The first presenter and the moderator is me, Ade Riki. The second presenter is Lukman Hakim. The third presenter is Mutiara Putri. The fourth presenter is Hilmi Ayuniar. And the fifth presenter is Akmal Taufiqurrahman. Okay, next slide. Here is the material that we will share you in this occasion. Okay, next slide. Okay, the first material, the introduction, definition of need analysis. The assessment of the needs for which a learner or group of learners may require language is known as needs analysis. Requirements analysis is a formal methodical process for identifying and analyzing training that should be done, as well as the specific needs of an individual or group of employees, consumers, suppliers, and other stakeholders. According to EY et al. In 1999, the term needs analysis generally refers to the activities that are involved in collecting information that will serve as the basis for developing a curriculum that will meet the needs of a particular group of students. That it is essential to distinguish between needs, wants, and lacks. Needs are those skills which a learner perceives as being relevant to them. Wants are a subset of needs, those which a learner puts a high priority given the time available. Lack is the difference a learner perceives between his present competence in a particular skill and the competence he wishes to achieve. Needs analysis is pretty straightforward. People learn a foreign language for different purposes and need it to different things. So, to design an effective language course, it is critical to know why a learner decides to study a second language and under what circumstances she or he is going to use it. Reach in 1983, needs analysis involves compiling information both on the individual or groups who are learn language and on the use which they are expected. Variety of data collecting methods are used in needs analysis, such as questionnaire, interviews, and observation. And then Berwick in 1989, borrowing some insights from as the gap between what is and what should be. And then go to the next slide. Purpose of needs analysis. Three reasons why we should conduct a needs analysis prior to the development of an ESP course: to become acquainted with the institution and its requirements, to identify how learners will use English in their technical field, and to assess the students' current level of understanding of spoken English. Series of interviews and observation, as suggested before, allow us to take advantage of the resources available at our institution to help us identify the particular skills the learner will need to perform in English, and create opportunities for students to engage in activities that give them practice in understanding. It will prepare us to select activities and materials that appropriate to learners' needs and their level of capability and proficiency. Identifying these needs and capabilities involves identifying the functions for which the students will use English and collecting samples of authentic language. Then, our focus should not just be on the grammar, but also how to use it in the academic or professional context. What role English plays in that specialty field, and what students must learn to be able to use English in their technical work. And maybe that's all from me. The next material will be presented by Lukman.
Okay, thank you very much for the previous presenter. Great presentation. So in this occasion, I'm Lukman Hakim. I'm a student number is 192 and number 2084. I would like to present, to explain about the process of need analysis. The next slide, please. All right. The process of need analysis is involved of a set of decision, actions, and also reflection. And those are 7 points in here. The first one is deciding what information to gather and why. So we have to know what subtopic that will gather and why we choose that subtopic for deciding. And the second one is deciding the best way to gather it, when, how, and from whom. It kind of how we make or plan the best way to include or to collect solving the information or problem. So the third one is gathering information. We can use observation or questionnaire that has told before. And then we can interpret the fourth one. We can interpreting the information. We can use qualitative data or quantitative data. After that, we can acting or eliminate the information. After that, the next one is evaluating the effect or the effectiveness of the action. So it's kind of to make some reflection or reflection. And the seven are the last one is back to the number one, deciding on the further or new information together. So in this net analysis, it's kind of how we can decide the what is the information, the problem, the sub topic that will we eliminate, execute, and then we do the reflection for a better the next deciding. So I think that's all for me. I give to the next presenter. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the change. Now we are going to types of needs. Okay, next slide, please. All right. Types of needs are differentiated by reference to the purpose of learning the language, individual differences, or the social roles of language in a wider context. The first is Alderson in 1980 differentiates three types of needs. There are formal needs, actual or obligation need, and hypothetical future need. The first is formal needs, which refer to the need to meet the institution requirements such as to pass an exam. The second is actual or obligation need, which refers to what a student has to do with the language once he has learned it. And the third is hypothetical future need, which refers to the need to become a better professional in the future. And fourth which refers to what a student feels what to do or to learn. And then, according to Altman, learners should be placed properly based on their age, level of language proficiency, maturity, and time available. This requires the institution to make flexible educational arrangements to allow all learners access to learning that is appropriate to the types of needs they have. And then Brindley at 1989, he identifies two types of needs. There are objective needs and subjective needs, which is objective need, which is derivable from factual information about the learner, use of language in daily communication, current language proficiency, and language difficulties. And then subjective need, referring to cognitive and affective needs in learning, such as a personality, confidence, attitude, wants, and expectation in learning. And Dudley Evans and John at 1998 offer a comprehensive description of needs analysis as presented in the following areas. The first is target situation analysis and objective needs. The second is wants, means, and subjective needs. The third is present situation analysis. The fourth is learner's lack, learner's needs, and linguistic and discourse analysis. The next is what is wanted from the course, and the last is means analysis. According to Dadlin and Ivan, the interpretation of these points can be outlined as follows: includes professional information about learners, includes professional information about what they will be using English for, attitude to English, previous experiences, and their current skills and experiences in language use. Also defines the gap between the point, the third and the first point, which is their current skills and experiences, and also what they will be using English for. And the last is includes language learning information, such as effective ways of learning the skills and the language, and includes information about the environment in which the course will be run. Maybe that's all from me. The next material will be presented by the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you, Mutiara. Here I will share three different model for need analysis. Next slide, please. So this is three different model for need analysis from Dudley Evans and Saint John 90 and 98. And the first is present situation analysis, or PSA. The present situation analysis is an analysis of the present condition of the teaching and learning situation. And PSA estimates strengths and weaknesses in language, skill, and learning experience when students start their language course. And three basic sources of information are the students, the language teaching establishment, and the user institution. For example, the students, place to students, characteristics, staffing, materials, syllabus, and academic record containing data about student language learning. And the second, we have target situation analysis, or TSA. It refers to the form of need analysis which center on identifying the learner's language requirement in the occupational or academic setting. And the TSA is an analysis of the workplace where the student will work or use the language. And this will produce an analysis of language use, function, and type of activities or event which involve the use of English for a target situation. And the third is learning situation analysis, or LSA. It's concerned with the learner's, teacher, and teaching learning context. It refers to subjective, felt, and process-oriented needs for a learning situation. And the LSA is a direct to what learners want to learn For example, the learners more comfortable in learning in individual or maybe pair or maybe in a group. And then the result of three analysis here, as the need analysis is the starting point in the process of syllabus design in ESP. So although needs are defined differently and this type of need as well as its approaches may vary, the purpose of need analysis is to form a basis on which a language syllabus can be designed. And maybe that's all from me. The next presenter is Akmal. Akmal, please.
Okay, thank you for the time. So in this section, I would like to explain about types of information gathered. All right. There are two types of information that we can gather. First is information for the present and the information for the future. The information for the present, including who the learner are, who the learner's level of language proficiency, the learner's level of intellectual competence, their interests, their learning preference, and their attitude. And for the future information, it includes the learner's goals and expectation, the target context, which includes situation, roles, topics, and content, types of communicative skill when they need and tasks they will perform, and language modalities they will use. All right, conclusion. So the conclusion of this presentation is need analysis is a formal, I'm sorry, need analysis is a formal methodological process for identifying and analyzing training that should be done, as well as the specific needs of an individual or a group. The process of need analysis involves of a set of decision, action, and reflection. There are three different models for need analysis. It's present situation analysis, target situation analysis, and learning situation analysis. The result of this analysis can be used as the base for the English language syllabus design. The purpose of need analysis is to form a basis on which a language syllabus can be designed. All right, so this is the material reference that we use for our presentation. And that's all from me. I give back time to the moderator, please.
Okay, big thanks to all of the moderator. And maybe that's all from group 3 about needs analysis. And then sorry for our bad and thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum.